Hello and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to a video called 4+1 games that I look forward to play in 2018. This year is about halfway through. We've had some great gaming experiences so far, but there is still plenty of more games to play. So I made a list of the most interesting ones. Now, the games on this list are in no particular order. This is my personal opinion based on my gaming preferences, so if you disagree, it's completely okay. Without further ado, this is 4+1 games that I look forward to in 2018. Number 1. We Happy Few by Compulsion Games. We Happy Few got its alpha release a couple of years ago. It was 2015, I think. So there are already some Let's Plays of it around YouTube. It is currently in early access and the full release is due later this summer. The game is set in an alternative past in a fictional English town called Wellington Wells. The premise is to blend in with the rest of the town's folk, who are all on a mandatory happiness drug called the Joy. Now, the goal is to get out of the city and not be caught not taking your drugs, because if you are, you will be killed. And the art style of the game looks super fun, a bit creepy, but really unique. It reminds me a little bit of the Sexy Brutale, which I really liked. And since I am a very story-focused gamer, We Happy Few just screams my name. Number 2. Vampire by Don't Not Entertainment. Originally I thought this game's name was pronounced Vampire, but apparently it's Vampire. I know I'm not the only one who thought that. By the time this video goes live, Vampire has already been released, but I haven't had a chance to play it just yet, unfortunately. This is a horror RPG, again with a very strong focus on the story. We play as a doctor who has very recently been turned into a vampire, so we as a player have to find a balance between feeding on people and helping them. It's a very interesting conflict right there. The visuals look absolutely gorgeous, and since the game has multiple endings, multiple different ways to play, different routes to take, it has a very high replay value as well. I recently watched Gameranx's Before You Buy video of this game, and that sort of, well, cemented my opinion that this is an absolute must-buy game for me. Number 3. Call of Cthulhu, the official video game by Cyanide. This one was supposed to come out last year, but it didn't. Now, I'm a big fan of Lovecraftian horror, and I have waited years for a good Cthulhu game to come out. And, well, I was very disappointed to hear that this one was delayed. But then again, if the delay was needed in order to make this game better, then I can live with that. It's acceptable. I know H.P. Lovecraft is a very problematic character. He was a racist and misogynist and apparently not a nice guy at all, and unfortunately some of his writings reflect on that very heavily. So my hope for Call of Cthulhu is that they take the horror elements of Lovecraft, the isolation and this kind of cosmic loneliness and insignificance, and make them work. And I also hope that they take the mental health issues, the sanity loss, and this kind of unreliable reality and make them good. And then just leave the whole racism and xenophobia and all of that completely out of the story. Number 4. Bendy and the Ink Machine Chapter 5 by the Meatly Games. You all knew this was going to be on the list. Bendy and the Ink Machine is a phenomenon, and Chapter 5 is going to be the last chapter of the game. And in my opinion, Bendy and the Ink Machine kind of sets the bar for indie games yet to come. All of us who played the previous chapters are just dying to know how the story ends. Chapter 4 was excellent, my favorite chapter so far, and I know I'm not the only one with this opinion, but it still left many questions unanswered. In general, Bendy and the Ink Machine's art style is very unique, very beautiful, the music is great, and of course the story again has got me hooked since the very beginning. Chapter 5 does not have release date yet, but it is in production and the teaser trailer for it was released just a few days ago, so I have very high hopes that we will get to play Bendy and the Ink Machine Chapter 5 before the year ends. And finally, the plus one. Cyberpunk 2077 by CD Projekt Red. Cyberpunk 2077 is being made by the same people who made the Witcher games, and there is absolutely no knowledge of Cyberpunk's release date or even a release year. It will come out when it's ready. That's why it is the plus one on this list. I've been hyped for this game since the announcement trailer. I really like the whole cyberpunk aesthetics, and I'm fascinated by the thought of combining human and machine and like cybernetic technology, artificial intelligence, all of that. So I look forward to seeing how these things are implemented in the game, what kind of story elements they bring, what kind of mechanics, what kind of conflicts, all of that. If Cyberpunk is anything like the Witcher games, it should have a very strong focus on the story and players' choices, and that just makes it my kind of game. So, this has been my list of 4+1 upcoming games that I look forward to play this year. I will leave the links to the game trailers and all the other videos that I've mentioned here down to the description box below. Go check them out. And now I'd like to hear from you. Which game releases are you looking forward to? Which games are you anticipating to play this year? Let me know down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching this one. If you liked it, let me know. I hope you have a great day and I will see you again next time.